Hi, in this lesson, we will see about what are UTM parameters. So in previous lessons, we have discussed about Google Click ID, right? So what is it? Google Click ID is a unique ID assigned by Google for each and every click that is happening on the Google properties. And Google Click ID can only be seen in the Google Analytics platforms, right? So what if you are using other analytic platforms like Adobe Analytics? And what if you want to see from which campaign, from which ad group, and from which keyword the ad got triggered and the click has come from? You are getting me right? So in such cases, we can use other parameters, and one of them is the UTM parameters. So UTM means Urchin Tracking Module, right? So we have different parameters that are available for Urchin Tracking Module. So let's see what they are. So before that, let's see an example. Okay, let's start with an example. So here I am typing a query. Let's type a query earrings. Okay, let's see. I'm going into it, right? So let's see whether this advertiser is using any UTM parameter or not, right? Looks like he is not using any UTM parameter, or let's see once again. Yes, he is using. I'm copying this one. Control A, Control C, going Google Sheets, paste. If you observe here, let's divide this URL into URL string and landing page. Okay, so from here, yes, you see from question mark the URL parameter starts, right? So I'm copy and paste here, right? And wrap. So if you observe here, you see in this URL parameters, we have UTM parameters. You see here UTM campaign is equal to pbanks. Right? Let's separate them. Let's separate UTM parameters. Right? From here to and till here it is right. So I'm pasting here. So here it is one more. It is UTM campaign. Right? So copy and till here. Yeah. So you are getting me right. This is the UTM parameter that the advertiser is using now. So in this, what he is using UTM campaign. So from which campaign this click has come from? So it will be recorded in the analytics platforms. So what is the campaign name? PMAX Experience Shopping BSD Hyderabad Hyper Local. So it is up to their advertising team what they are using. We don't know, right? So what is the ad group name? So here ad group name is they didn't mention any ad group name. So device. So what is the device that we have clicked? It is computer, right? So it is showing computer. So let's divide them all. Okay, Control X, Control V, and again from here. So for ad group name, we didn't, we are not seeing anything here. And paste. Again, let's copy. Right, Control X, paste. And from here, let's X V. Right, you are getting me right? What these are? Let's divide all of them, and later we will try to understand. Okay, and next is the term. So here there is no term, so it didn't got triggered because PMAX campaigns don't have keywords, right? I hope you are getting me. PMAX campaigns don't have keywords. Okay, X, right, add a position. Okay, and again we remove it from here, paste, and again we remove it from here, Control X, V. Okay, so yeah, here again let's divide this UTM medium to Control X, V, and Control X, Control V. Now let's understand. So here if you see UTM device, that means this is the UTM device is the key. and C is the value. So C means here computer. Okay. So UTM term, here there is no term because PMAX campaigns don't use any keywords. Okay. So here it is saying the match type. As I told you, PMAX campaigns don't use keywords, so there is no match type at all. So this is add position. Here it is triggered from the shopping campaign. PMAX is a shopping campaign. So here there is no add position. And medium. Medium is the shopping CPC. You can give whatever name you want. Okay. So and source is the Google. Right. I hope you are understanding. The meaning of this means the source is Google and medium CPC means it is paid advertising. So I hope you are understanding. This is the UTM device is a key and whatever comes next to it is the value. Right. So we have majorly 5 UTM parameters that most of the advertisers use. Those are UTM source, UTM medium, UTM campaign, UTM content, and UTM term. So when you use these UTM parameters, we try to tell or we try to identify from which campaign, from which keyword, from which ad group these ads are getting triggered, or from which campaign these ads are getting clicks. Okay, so let's try to build. Okay, there are different ways to build UTM parameters. One of the ways is using these UTM parameter builders. We go and type in Google engine, let's type UTM builders. We will be having many different websites to build these UTM parameters. So one of them is this one that I have shown you. So UTM source means what is the platform, right? So here I am giving it as Google. Okay, Google is the platform, right? Medium, what is the medium? Whether it is an organic click or it is a paid click, right? As we are discussing about the paid advertising, let's keep this as PPC, pay per click. And campaign, what is the campaign? Let's say you are assigning this to the campaign level. Okay, so let's keep this as a campaign name. What is the campaign that we have discussed? Let's go here. Let's assume that we are giving to this campaign. Okay, we are giving this to the this campaign and copy this one and go here and paste here, right? So content, we don't want content, and the term, let's we don't want term. Okay, so let's see, let's give all the parameters. Here let's take content as no content. Okay, no content, and let's take this as no term, right? So now here we have to give the website URL. So here our website is this one, right? Here we are tracking this one and paste here. So you see the URL has built. So let's remove this one. Let's see, we don't want these two, right? And you copy this one, copy and go here and let's see how it looks and paste, right? You are getting me, right? This you have to place in the Google Ads. Copy. So here you have, see, UTM source is equal to Google, UTM medium is PPC, and UTM campaign is brand core, e.g. PMV traffic. So this you have to place in the tracking template. So what is tracking template? Tracking template is a small text. Okay, or you can call it as a code where you will be pasting uh, codes related to the tracking. Okay, so let's see where it will be present. So going to the interface, so go to the settings here, right? If you observe, I am going to the, let's refresh it. Okay, so that we will get a new version. Yeah, so go to the settings, right? And here the bottom you see campaign URL options, this is the one. Okay, let's go like this. Let's see here, campaign settings. Now let's see campaign URL options. You see here tracking template. So here you have to place that code, right? So copy, I am copying this one and paste it here. Now whenever a ad clicks or whenever a click comes from this campaign along with the landing page, this tracking code will also be triggered. So when this tracking code will also be loaded, this code when appear on the websites will be recorded in the analytic platforms. How? So whenever you build a website, it is obvious that you place the codes of tracking, right? You place the codes of analytics, you place the codes of uh, both Google Analytics and Adobe Analytics, whatever you are using. So those analytic codes will track, will identify these tracking codes. Okay, these tracking codes, and these tracking codes will be recorded in the analytic platforms, right? So the problem here is, let's say uh, this is a campaign, right? And in this campaign you are using multiple ad groups. You might have used different landing page URL for different ad group. So in that case it will be confused, right? So for that, what we can do is we can use this one. So I am going with flower bracket, lp url and close. So when you use this one, so lp url means landing page URL, and when it is in braces, you see this landing page URL will be dynamically fetched. So here we have used directly, right? Here we have used paid media varsity directly. So instead of using this URL directly, what we do, what we can do is I am removing this one and open braces lp url, right, and close braces. So now what happens? Let's say a ad got triggered from the a ad group. So first ad group present in this campaign. So you are using a different landing page there. So whatever the landing page you are using in that ad group, that landing page will be replaced here, right? In the second ad group, you are using another landing page, and that landing page will be triggered here. Along with it, this UTM parameters will also get loaded, right? So I hope you are getting me. So let's test this. So this is a paid media varsity, right? So you can test here. Okay, click on it. Let's see what happens, right? So paid media varsity, let's see. It is getting status. So the tracking template, LP URL, it will be loaded. See, landing page found, landing page found, and landing page found. So if you are using any other type of landing page other than these, okay, so there will be confliction, right? So you have to make sure that everything looks good. So this is a good practice, okay? So here we are giving at the campaign level. Similarly, we can also give this at the ad group level as well, right? Let's say here I am going to one of the ad groups, right? Let's say I select this ad group, Google Ads, and going to the settings. Go to the settings, right? Uh, yeah, here you see ad group URL options. So when you use the tracking template here, the keywords or the ads present in this ad group will only replace those URL parameters, right? So will only get triggered. So if you have any specific kind of URLs, any specific kind of tracking templates that you wanted to track, you can have separate tracking parameters for separate ad group. Okay, if you are using at the campaign level, so make sure that uh, the theming looks good. Okay, if you are using at the ad group level, you can use at the ad group level, right? If you are using at the campaign level, make sure that again the theming is good. Okay, so similarly you can also see these at the ad level. You can also give these at the ad level. So let's say in a particular ad group you have two different ads. So each of those ads are telling different messages. You wanted to track. How will you track? You see here in the ad URL options we have, right? So at every place you have tracking, right? So even for the keywords, you can give these tracking templates. For the keywords, what you can do, let's say here, uh, you can simply give this landing page, right? What you can do, you can simply give this landing page here. So here what I will do, I am giving the landing page here. So save. Instead of giving like this, you can simply build this URL parameter, copy this one, and you can give here, right? Paste. Like this, we can give the final URL for the keywords. We can also give these UTM parameters or these URL parameters at the account level, right? So go to account settings, and here you see, uh, let's see where they are tracking, right here. Here you can give the tracking templates, right? So just give the LP URL and question mark followed by the tracking template that you wanted to give, right? So when you use this tracking LP URL in the braces, again I am telling you, it will dynamically fetch the URL that you are using for that particular ad. Okay, so if you don't use this LP URL and if you are using this landing page directly, then there might be some confusion. So you might see some errors, right? Because so different landing pages or different ad groups, different keywords will be using some different URLs, right? Based on their theme. If you are using at the account level the same URL, there is no use. I hope you are getting me right. So we need to track them appropriately so that you will get an idea of what is happening in your accounts and how they are performing and from where they are getting the clicks, right? So how will you identify? Let's say this is the ad, right? This is the ad that got triggered, and let's say when a user clicked on it, this is loading, right? So I am placing here, and the ad got loaded. You have landed into this page. How will you see the whether these UTM parameters are recorded in the analytic platforms or not? So for it, go to GA4. So here, this is the GA4 of this website. What you can do, you can simply go to the reports, right? Go to users or go to user acquisition, and here you see, you can see the data. What is the medium? What is the source? What is the campaign name? All these things. So previously I have run this. So let's take this for last 12 months and let's see whether they will come or not, right? Now you see brand core, the campaign name, right? Let's say the medium. If you see the medium, PPC, right? And let's say if you go for the source, what is the source? It is Google, Bing. Like this, you can see the data based on the UTM parameters and based on the value you have given. They will be recorded here, right? So I hope you are understanding these points about UTM parameters and tracking templates. So in order to give these templates, as I told you, you can give this at the account level, you can give this at the campaign level, you can give this at the ad group level, you can give this at the ad level, and you can also give this at the keyword level. So this is all about click tracking, from where the click has come from, right? So I hope you are understanding these points. I suggest again you to watch this video very carefully so that you will get an idea, because this click tracking is a little bit tricky, right? So we will meet in the next one.